It's my only drama for you. I didn't want to talk about it because, yeah, we'll see what happens. Do we have any healers? Is this our healing? Yeah, it is. Nice. Let me back in the hills. Oh, wait. No. All of our healing's gone. That everybody who's going to attack me for the next, like, 5 seconds is using a hammer. Because if they have anything other than a hammer, I'm instantly dead here. And I can't heal through any of it. But if they've got hammers attacking me and they're popping out like shockwaves and like Path of Destinies and stuff, it's like, fuck. Alright, great. I could survive it. Or, on the rare occasion, people actually use like clear out. And then it's like, oh my god, like, thank you. You got me out of the ice wall. You got me out of the grav well. What the fuck? Like, yes. Jesus Christ. And that's my only experience with hammers. But it is possible that people are so bad that they are just getting, like, pinged and pinged and pinged by shockwaves and stuff. I have seen healers who will legitimately, like, get burst down by somebody. And they'll be in, like, a CC situation. And then they stand still and, like, heal themselves. Which is not what you're meant to do. Like, once you get hit by, like, one shockwave or something, you're meant to, like, double roll away. And then heal yourself back there. Like, out of the danger zone. So it's, like, difficult to say. It's, like... So, I recommend everybody to use, like, medium armor and stuff in wars, right? Because medium armor... So if you're not capable of doing that, then obviously heavy armor is better. So, I have to think about, like, my advice sometimes. But at the same time, like, I like to think that my viewers and stuff are capable of doing shit like that. Because a lot of my viewers, like, have performed, like, very, very well. Dodging, like, keeping your stamina below 100% should be your priority in PvP. Your priority isn't to attack healers or to burst down people or anything like that. Your priority is just to not have your stamina at 100%. If your stamina is at 100%, you're just playing badly. And you're gonna take, like, so much more damage from, like, every single direction on everything. Even if you're in heavy armor, you shouldn't have your stamina at 100%. And then if you could do that, then yeah, like, medium roll is better. But, so it comes down to the same thing, where it's like, what's more difficult? But then I think about, like, hammers, right? And hammers theoretically could be used by a couple of people in a war, because if you swap to it, use Sundering Shockwave, use Path of Destiny, swap back to another weapon, then it's not that bad. It's just not that bad. It's comparable to a hatchet. It's not quite as good as a hatchet, but it's not bad. I know I'm just meant to, like, Shockwave and Path of Destiny, but what am I meant to do on the cooldown of the Shockwave and Path of Destiny? Isn't it more efficient if I just have my hammer out and wait for those cooldowns, you know? So then I can make sure that I'm Shockwaving and Path of Destiny, like, as quick as possible. And unfortunately, because that's the way, like, most people treat hammers, like, it's very hard to advise people to use hammers. Whereas Great Axes, it's just kind of like, guys, use a Great Axe, left click. Success. If you've got 30 people with a Great Axe just left clicking, you're going to win every war. You got 20 people. You got 20 people on life staffs, just using life staffs, and left clicking and popping down AoE heals, and then 30 people on just a Great Axe with, like, heavy armor because they're not good enough to be able to dodge roll. And they just left click, then you're Gucci. Yeah, I mean, that's just true for, like, pretty much... I don't know if there are any servers that are playing, like... I don't know if there are any servers that are playing efficiently. But that's not a surprise in a game, right? Like, it's a new game. The meta Like, one of the things is, like, metas in video games are almost never, like, the most efficient thing to do. And when you don't have rankings or anything like that, and it's a game where literally there's no cross-server play at all, it's a really high barrier to entry to wars and stuff, like incredibly high, like having 50 people and then having the money and then pushing the zones as well. Like, all these things are like incredibly high barriers of entry to actually participating in wars. And then, like, no leaderboards, no way of knowing, like, who's actually playing well. Like, the leaderboards at the end of the game, like, don't show any stats on, like, CC or time spent on point or anything like this. Like, it's really, really difficult to know, like, where, like what actually is effective, what isn't effective. And because of that, like, you shouldn't expect people to be, like, playing effective metas and stuff like that. And the meta is probably just going to be, like, whatever is the easiest to do. In the same way that, like, most people in PvP still think that Void Bent is, like, a good armor setup. When in the current meta of, like, pretty much every server, Void Bent is unironically worse than faction armor. With a spear, but I've got to catch it. And berserk. One person on your team with bow musket that can focus artillery. I mean, you don't really need that. Like, your healers can focus artillery. Once you've dropped your AoE heals, you just... Is that guy trying to pick him up? No. That it's just on route. No, I think it's on, like, everything. Everything that pulls. Hey, Dark. It's going well, my dude. Yeah, it works on everything that pulls. Like, Gravwell, Maelstrom, Reap, heavy attacks. It's not that bad. I mean, there haven't been any wars on the PTR, so we can't test it, but the amount of, like, hits you take from... It depends. The one redeeming factor of medium armor is that Warhammer is getting buffed. So we might see more Warhammers. And when I say that Warhammer is getting buffed, it's actually getting incredibly nerfed, because they're nerfing Sundering Shockwave, which is the only reason ever to use a Warhammer. I have the better musket now. Oh wait, I should just be attacking the brute. What am I doing? And if people use more Warhammers, then you could still use medium armor. But if people are just going to use, like, great axes and stuff, I thought the only reason to use Warhammer was 20 of spam Path of Destiny on point. Yeah, but that doesn't work if everybody on point is running, like, 300 strength and hatchets. Look at this guy. He's just chilling. Being chilling. Unless one hits you and they all hit you. Are you talking about Path of Destiny just for damage? Let's just get rid of his healing. Where's our healing? Do we have a single healer here? Is this ours? Yeah. Cool. Oh. There's Voldo though. Wait, this is ours, right? Can't even tell. God, that brute interrupt though. Calm down. Let me kill you. Great. One user. Ah, but my stuff is more effective than your stuff. It's a scaling thing, right? One path of destiny is irrelevant. Sure, but at the same time, it's also a scaling thing with the amount of damage that like the hatchets and great axes can do, right? Like, theoretically, if all of those hammers could stay alive, then yeah. And theoretically, if all of those hammers were good players, then yeah. But in reality, like what's gonna happen is you're gonna have like a great axe on you, and you're gonna panic. How badly do I dislike hybrid builds? Meh. Okay. This is a lot of people coming in at once. I am not sure on the correct way of fighting this. Let's just try and get as many people injured as possible. Yeah, I forget. Every time you use the hatchet to stop people healing, you can't swap away. Rid of the debuff. Okay. That was a fine approach. Now we stop their healing. Hey, thank you very much for the sub, my dude. You don't think Void Gauntlet, Ice Gauntlet though? If you're in range to use Ice Shower, why wouldn't you use an Ice Gauntlet? That's the question. 400,000 damage this? Jesus Christ. Can I show you the gear I'm using? Just using faction gear.